Man must prepare for his demonstration, just as the farmer prepares the soil before he sows the seed. To receive one's desired position, one must first be aligned with divine right action. There is no lack in divine mind, only lack of receptivity in the consciousness of man. The fields are white unto harvest, but the laborers are few, not because the harvest does not exist, but because the laborers have not yet seen with spiritual eyes. The first step, beloved, is to speak the word with unwavering faith. Speak it boldly as one who knows the law and trusts the law to perform its perfect work. Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. The one who speaks must not doubt, for double-mindedness is the enemy of demonstration. 1 foot in fear and 1 foot in faith brings no miracle. Say, there is a perfect place in divine mind, now made manifest for me. It is mine by divine right, and no man taketh it from me. I walk in, fearless and sure, for my steps are ordered by the Lord. Repeat this not as vain repetition, but as a hammer that breaks the rock of disbelief. Let every word ring with the power of spiritual certainty, for your voice, when filled with truth, becomes a trumpet of victory, blasting through the fog of delay and denial. It matters not what the newspapers say, or what the world declares about economy or scarcity. We do not operate under the laws of man. We are under the law of God, and the law of God knows no recession, no delay, no rejection. What is yours cannot be kept from you when you align with the truth of your being. But beware, dear one, of the snare of fear. Fear is faith in evil, it is belief in lack, and it is a hypnotic suggestion that must be cast down. Say, there is no loss in spirit, there is no competition in spirit. I am one with infinite supply and opportunity. The door swings wide before me now, and so it does. The first step, then, is not to send out resumes in desperation, nor to knock upon doors in fear. The first step is to build the position in the invisible. The inner world is the cause, the outer world is but the effect. When you hold the perfect picture in mind and fill it with the rich substance of faith, the outer must obey. See yourself in that right place, beloved. See it clearly and often, not in struggle but in serenity, not in anxiety but in authority. See yourself doing the thing you love, being paid richly, treated with honor, and using your talents to bless and uplift. That image, when charged with divine emotion, becomes a magnet drawing to you its match from the seen world. But remember, you cannot hold the new while clutching the old. Loosen your grip on past failures, old wounds, and disappointments. Release every hurt, say, I forgive everyone, I bless the past, I now stand free and open to my divine right place. For no one can take what belongs to you in spirit. What is yours eternally, and do not bind the power with your reasoning mind. Divine mind needs no help from the limited intellect. Many are the times the demonstration comes in a manner most strange and unexpected. The position may not arrive through the path you imagined, but it will come if you stay out of the way. Let the Lord fight the battle. You are not here to figure out the how, but to hold to the what. What is it you desire? Write it clearly, speak it boldly, picture it daily, and walk as one who already possesses it. That is the faith that moves mountains. The Spirit goes before you and makes easy and successful your way. Declare this truth daily, for declaration plants the seed of demonstration. The words you speak are living things. They go forth and prepare the way. They gather the right people, the right timing, the right door. All things come together when you walk by spiritual sight. You may say, "But I have waited so long." To that I say, the delay is broken now. For time is but a tool of the seen world. The unseen works in eternal now. Say instead, "My good is now, my opportunity is now, my position is now. It appears in perfect timing, and I recognize it with joy." This is the talk of the victor, the overcomer, the one who lives by spiritual law and not by human doubt. Therefore, begin this very hour to prepare as one who knows her good is here. Clean the mental house. Sweep out every cobweb of complaint. Open the windows of gratitude and let the fresh winds of expectancy blow in. Dress, speak, think, and act as one already employed in her divine right position. Do not wait to see before believing. Believe, and you shall see. And so, having spoken the word, having cast the burden, and having pictured the good, stand still. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. That means no panic, no grasping, no pushing, but a calm expectancy, a holy knowing, and a divine rest. For the law has heard you, and it hastens to perform. Its ways are sure, and its timing perfect. As you dwell in this peace, as you move in silent assurance, you prepare the way for the second step. And now, beloved, having spoken the word in faith, you are called to act as if, to move in obedience to the inner leading with confidence, poise, and holy boldness. For faith without works is dead. The second step is action born of spiritual direction, not of fear, not of haste, not of human logic, but of the still small voice that whispers, "This is the way, walk ye in it." When the soul has declared her word and cast the burden upon the Lord, she must then walk as one who knows it is done. There is no room for idleness in the demonstration of divine right position. The law of action is the law of progress. Just as the Israelites had to march around the walls of Jericho before they fell, so must you move, obediently, even when no change appears, trusting the unseen power that is already at work. Say, "Infinite Spirit, reveal to me my next step. Show me clearly where to go, what to do, what to say, and how to say it. I am guided every moment, and I do not miss the sign. For it is not always in the storm or the thunder that the message comes. Many times it is a gentle nudge, a soft urge, a sudden thought that flashes like lightning across the mind. Obey it. Take the step, even if it seems small or strange. That is the beginning of your miracle. Do not despise the humble beginning. For the Lord delights to build greatness from simplicity. The great oak was once a tiny acorn. The mighty river began with a hidden spring. The perfect position may appear as a temporary assignment, a casual meeting, a phone call, an impression to visit a place unexpectedly. But he who obeys without questioning is the one who finds his promised land. Say, "I do the next thing with joy. I trust every step. I am not confused, for God goes before me and opens the way." Even as the children of Israel were led by a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day, so too are you led, when you surrender your feet to divine direction. Let not human pride block the path. If Spirit says, "Serve," you serve. If Spirit says, "Call," you call. If Spirit says, "Apply again," though man said no before, you apply again, for when the Spirit says, "Go," the door is already opened on the other side. Acting in faith means preparing your affairs as if your good were already in hand. Would you not dress differently, speak differently, walk differently if you knew your position had already been granted? Then do so now, That is faith, that is alignment, that is obedience to the spiritual image you have built. Take time each morning to say, "Today I take right action inspired by divine mind. Every move I make leads me to my perfect position. Nothing is wasted. Every moment is guided. Every contact is divine appointment." Thus, you are never out of place. Even your errands become part of your employment in the great enterprise of spirit. Be careful, dear one, not to act from anxiety or desperation. You are not to throw yourself into blind activity like the laborer who fears his wages will be stolen. You are the child of the king, and the king's business requires dignity, not disorder. So you act with grace, with serenity, and with assurance. For all that is yours comes to you through divine channels, and no man can close the way. One woman, having spoken her word, was guided to take a walk at an unusual hour. As she passed a particular building, she felt the sudden urge to inquire. Inside, they had just decided to create a new position, one that suited her talents precisely. Had she waited, had she questioned, had she reasoned it away, the door would have closed. But because she obeyed the prompting without fear, her good met her on the road of action. Say often, "Unexpected doors fly open. I take the steps without fear. My actions are blessed and bring swift results." Every movement you make, every inspired effort, every obedient response to divine impulse becomes a golden brick in the path to your demonstration. Even when nothing appears to change, you continue moving, for you are not moved by appearances. The seen is only the echo of the unseen. Do not let the silence of the world discourage the song of your faith. You continue to apply, to speak, to prepare, to walk forward, not because you see the proof, but because you know the law is already fulfilled. You are walking through a hallway between what was and what is coming. Do not sit down and mourn the past. Do not pace in worry. Walk on, walk through, walk boldly, and as you walk, opportunities arise. As you knock, the door opens. As you move, the Spirit moves through you and for you. This is not striving. This is spiritual alignment. It is the action of one who knows her source is unlimited and her supply is sure. It is the discipline of one who places her foot upon the rock and refuses to be shaken. So go, beloved, go with courage, with calm, with purpose. Take the inspired action, perform the obedient deed. Trust the strange instruction. Move as if it is already done, because in the invisible it is. And having walked in obedience, having acted with faith, having done the thing required by the law, you are now ready for the third step. And now, beloved, you have spoken the word, and you have walked in the obedience of inspired action. The soil has been tilled, the seed has been sown, and your steps have carried you closer to the field where your harvest awaits. But the next step is one that tests the soul's patience and polishes its faith. It is the step of divine stillness and holy detachment. After we have done our part, we must let go and allow God to do His. We must release the outcome into the hands of Spirit, knowing that the results belong not to us, but to the law that never fails. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. That burden is not just fear. It is control, it is doubt, it is the anxious desire to meddle with the miracle. And the law will not work when man tries to do its work for it. Now you must rest, not in idleness, but in confidence. The third step is to step back inwardly, to be calm, to be sure, to cease grasping, and instead to say, "It is done in divine mind. I rest in the finished work." This is the Sabbath of the soul, the moment where you do not look to the outer for reassurance, but you live in the inner knowing that all is proceeding under divine right order. You may be tempted to run to and fro, checking for signs, measuring progress, watching the mailbox, refreshing the inbox, asking the world for proof. But I say unto you, do not disturb your own harvest with anxious hands. No farmer digs up the seed each day to see if it grows. He waters it with trust. He speaks kindly to the soil. He rests, knowing that nature performs her perfect work beneath the surface. So too must you rest in the secret place of the Most High. Be still and know that He is God. This stillness is not weakness. It is divine power clothed in peace. It is the vibration of unwavering faith that says, though I see nothing, I believe. Though I hear nothing, I know. Though the outer world is silent, the inner world is working. And so it is. You must not speak words of worry after you have spoken words of faith. Cancel not your demonstration with the tongue of fear. Let your speech be seasoned only with truth. If someone asks, have you heard back? Reply, I know that my perfect place is revealing itself now. I rest in the divine plan. Do not tie your faith to a calendar or to a deadline. God's time is not man's time. Delay is not denial. The seeming silence is often the greatest movement. This is the time when most falter. They begin to doubt because nothing appears. But that is the testing of gold in the fire. If you hold fast to your peace, if you refuse to be moved by appearances, then the gates of your good shall open of their own accord. Say, I do not worry, I do not rush, I do not grasp. I rest in divine completion. What is mine cannot be withheld. What is not mine I do not want. I dwell in perfect trust. These words, spoken with spiritual authority, build a fortress around your faith. No fear can enter. No suggestion can disturb. And remember, beloved, detachment is not indifference. It is supreme confidence. It is the knowing that you have already won, even if the outer battlefield still looks unchanged. You do not chase the position, you magnetize it. You do not plead with the world, you command with your spirit. For when you are still in the Lord moves swiftly on your behalf. Let your emotions be as a calm sea. Let your thoughts be anchored in truth. Every time the mind tries to wander into what if, pull it back with the rod of the word. Say, none of these things move me. My demonstration is secure. It is sealed by the law. It appears in the perfect time, in the perfect way, through the perfect channel. And when others come with worry or doubt, when they speak of competition or rejection, do not join their chorus. Instead, bless them silently and return to your stronghold of serenity. For you are not governed by man's system, but by heaven's supply. You are the branch, God is the vine, and in Him all things come easily and without sorrow. You have spoken, you have obeyed, and now you rest, not in passivity, but in holy expectancy, not in waiting, but in knowing, not in silence, but in assurance. And as you rest in this sacred trust, as you sit in this spiritual Sabbath, you are being prepared for the fourth step. And now, beloved, you have spoken the word in faith, you have moved in obedience, and you have rested in holy trust. The soil has been stirred, the seed has been sown, the garden watered with assurance. Now comes the fourth step. The praise before the victory, the joyful thanksgiving before the manifestation appears. It is the song sung in the dark that brings forth the dawn. Praise is the language of faith. Thanksgiving is the key that unlocks the door of demonstration. To give thanks before the thing is seen is the highest form of spiritual mastery. For anyone can rejoice once the job is offered, once the salary is spoken, once the letter arrives. But the one who knows the law praises before the phone rings, sings before the envelope comes, and shouts for joy in the midst of silence. That is the one whose miracle comes swiftly. The word says, "Let the people praise thee, O God, let all the people praise thee, then shall the earth yield her increase." Do you see, beloved? The increase, the harvest, the opportunity, the position, is released through praise. You must rejoice as if you have already received, for in the invisible you have. Say, "Thank you, Father, for my perfect position. Thank you that it now comes to me with ease. Thank you for the doors you have opened, for the people you are moving, for the favor that goes before me." These words are not flattery, they are faith. They are not noise, they are spiritual force. For when you praise, you lift your vibration. When you give thanks, you align with abundance. When you rejoice, you proclaim, "It is done." Let not your praise be conditional, depending upon results. Let it be continual, unshakable, a stream flowing from the confidence that you are backed by all the power of heaven. Praise shifts your focus from delay to destiny. It removes your eyes from man and places them upon God. And in that moment, the whole universe moves to meet your joy. Many have waited long because they murmured instead of magnified. They counted the days instead of declaring the good. They looked at closed doors and sighed instead of lifting their hands and saying, "Though I see not, I know. Though I feel not, I trust. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth." Sing, beloved, even if your voice shakes. Dance, even if the floor is still. Smile, even if the letter hasn't come, for that is the language of demonstration. That is the echo of divine confidence. And the law responds swiftly to the one who rejoices before the rain. Say each morning, "I praise thee, Father, for all that I have and all that is coming. I see nothing missing, for I know you withhold no good thing from me. I rejoice now in my answered prayer. My cup runneth over." These declarations form a chariot of light upon which your good rides into the seen world. And do not wait to feel grateful, be grateful by faith. Gratitude is not always an emotion, it is a choice. And when you choose it daily, it becomes your environment. A grateful soul is never barren. A thankful heart is never empty. For he who is rich in praise becomes rich in manifestation. And when the mind tempts you to say, "But I have nothing to be thankful for yet," you say instead, "I thank thee for the unseen, for the unheard, for the untouched. I thank thee for the good that is rushing to me now, known to thee alone." Heaven cannot resist a heart so full of praise. Praise breaks every wall, praise lifts every gate. Praise dissolves the invisible resistance that human eyes cannot see. And when you praise, truly praise from the depth of your being, your good appears not with toil, but with grace. Let your praise be your prayer. Let your thanksgiving be your testimony. You are not begging for a position. You are rejoicing in the one that has already been prepared. For the table is set before you in the presence of every doubt, and your head is anointed with divine oil. So rejoice, beloved, rejoice again. Clap your hands, lift your voice, speak words of gladness and gratitude. Let no complaint find a resting place in your mouth, for you are not waiting on the world, you are receiving from Spirit. And as your praises rise like incense before the throne, as your heart beats in rhythm with thanksgiving, as your voice declares the victory unseen, you are made ready for the fifth and final step. And now, beloved, having spoken the word, walked in faith, rested in divine stillness, and lifted your voice in praise, you are prepared to enter the final and sacred step, the full acceptance of your demonstration. The last movement of manifestation is to receive, to take hold of your good with open arms, open heart, and unwavering certainty that it is yours by divine right. To receive is not to ask again, to receive is not to question, to receive is to say, it is mine now, I take it, I claim it, I walk in it. Just as the promised land was given to the Israelites, yet they had to go in and possess it, so your demonstration requires your full participation in faith. The land was already theirs, but they had to move as owners, not strangers. They had to tread upon it, dwell in it, and live as though no enemy could dispossess them. So must you now act. You must receive the position in consciousness first. You must sit at your desk in the spirit. You must sign the letter in the invisible. You must feel the joy of being hired, the honor of being chosen, the gratitude of being paid, even before the outer world confirms it. For the demonstration is born in the unseen, long before it is reported in the seen. Say, I receive my perfect position now. It is complete in divine mind, and I accept it joyfully, fully, and fearlessly. This is not a wish, it is a command. For your word is power, your agreement is law, and your faith is the open door. You must be willing to let the old things fall away to embrace the new. If you are still clinging to failure, to bitterness, to past rejections, you cannot receive the new garment. The Lord does not pour new wine into old bottles. Empty your cup, beloved, so that it may be filled. Release every identity of not enough, of being unwanted, of being unqualified. Those lies have no place in the one who walks with God. You are not a beggar at the gate. You are a divine heir, and what belongs to you shall not pass you. The position is not outside of you. It is within the spiritual blueprint of your being, and the moment you accept it, in full trust and joy, it begins to take form. This is the time to act the part, dress as you would for the job, rise each day as though preparing for it. Speak as one who is already placed, not waiting. Make space in your life for the routine you desire. Clear the room, prepare the mind, and live the life now. That is receiving, and you must expect it. Not with anxiety, but with assurance. Not with panic, but with poise. You must say, I do not know how, nor when, nor through whom, but I know that my good appears now by a miracle of love. I stand in full expectation. Expectation is the magnet of miracles. The one who expects nothing receives nothing, but the one who looks to the horizon and sees the chariot of their good approaching, that one shall not be ashamed. For spirit never fails the one who expects its best. There was a woman who had waited long for her appointment. She had declared the word, she had moved in faith, and she had praised without ceasing. But the moment of breakthrough did not come until she said, I take it now. And in that very hour the phone rang, the position had opened, the offer had been made, for she had finally moved from hope to possession. So I say unto you, take it now, no longer ask, no longer plead. Say instead, it is mine, it is finished, I have received it in the invisible, and it now appears in perfect timing. And then walk in that truth. Let no fear cast out your peace. Let no delay disturb your vision. Your mind must become the home of your answered prayer. Your heart must become the throne of fulfillment. You are not reaching. You are welcoming. You are not searching. You are attracting. You are not hoping. You are knowing. And now, having accepted the gift, you bless it. You sanctify it with joy. You declare it to be a blessing to you and a blessing through you. For your position is not merely for pay. It is a platform to pour out your gifts, to serve with love, to shine with the light of God. Say, "This position blesses me, and I bless it. I prosper all I touch, and all I touch prospers me. I give joyfully, I receive abundantly, and I work in perfect peace." This is the final seal of your demonstration. This is the sacred Amen. And as you stand now, full of faith, clothed in joy, crowned in peace, you have completed the divine pattern. You have walked the spiritual path, and the law, which is perfect and unfailing, now brings forth your good with swift and effortless ease, for it is already finished in the mind of God. And so, dear one, you have walked the sacred path. You have spoken the word, taken the inspired step, rested in stillness, praised in advance, and received with unwavering faith. You have sown in spirit, and you shall reap in joy. For no word spoken in truth returns void, and no heart stayed upon God shall ever be forsaken. The demonstration is sure, it is sealed, it is done. You need not struggle nor strive, for the Lord perfecteth that which concerneth thee. The winds of the Spirit have gone before you, the doors are already open, the people are already prepared, the place is already established in divine mind, and you are now in perfect alignment to receive. Do not look to man, to system, nor to circumstance, for they are but shadows of the real. Look only to God, trust the law, walk in peace, and remember always what is yours by divine right cannot be taken, delayed, nor denied. It rushes to you now with the speed of spirit and the joy of angels. Let every step you take be grounded in faith. Let every word you speak be rooted in truth. Let every moment be a silent declaration. I walk in divine order. I work in divine timing. I live in divine supply. And it shall be done unto you according to your faith. Go forth now, not as one who seeks, but as one who knows. Go forth not as the servant of fear, but as the child of the Most High. You are under grace and not under law. You are blessed beyond measure. You are guided without error. You are prospered in all you do. Declare it, believe it, walk in it. And behold, the heavens shall open, and the miracle shall appear. This is the word of the Lord. And I say unto you, stand still and see the salvation of your God. It is done.